All right, guys. I haven't made a video in a while, so I was gonna go ahead and get you guys ready for what's coming up next week. Um, we're gonna be doing synthetic division, and I was just gonna give you a little heads up on what it looks like. Okay, so in synthetic division, basically what you're doing, you're taking polynomials and you're dividing them. Synthetic division to me is a little easier way to do it. Um, if certain criteria is met. So without any more talking, let's go ahead and do an example. So we have x squared minus 6x minus 20 divided by x plus 2. Okay, first thing, let me dim this thing down just a little bit. All right, first thing you need to do, okay, is take your divisor, okay, and we're going to set it equal to 0. Solve for x. So x equals negative 2. Now this number is important. I'm going to show you why here in just a sec. But we need that number. Okay. Now we're going to make our synthetic division box here. Make a little box, a little right angle like that. Put this number in that little box. Okay. Now what you're going to do, you're going to take the coefficients of each term in your polynomial here. Okay. So, and make sure you're not missing any powers. You got x to the second, x to the first, constant. So we're not missing any powers. That's good. So we're going to take that 1 from there, the negative 6 from here, and the negative 20 from here. Okay? Now, draw your line here. All right, first thing you're going to do is you're going to bring down the first coefficient. Okay? So just 1 here. Okay? Now, what you're going to do, you're going to take the negative 2 that you have here, multiply it by this number, and put the product here. Okay? So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Okay? Then you're going to add the column. So negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8. Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to take negative 2 times it by this number, put the product here. So negative 2 times negative 8 is positive 16. Okay. Now, if we add this, that is 4. This is what you call your remainder. Okay, y'all. So now let me show you how to write your answer. Now, this is a x squared. This is a quadratic polynomial. Okay. Anytime you have an answer, your answer is going to be 1 degree lower than your original polynomial here. So what that's going to be is this: x minus 8, and that's a negative 4 there, minus 4 divided by your divisor here. That's your answer. Okay. All right. Let's look at one that's try to find one that's missing some powers here. Let's look at another one that's missing some powers. See, example number 2. This is number 6 out of the green book. Okay, so we got y to the 5th minus 3y squared minus 20 divided by y minus 2. Now, first thing I want you to note, notice we're missing powers here. You go from the 5th power to the 2nd power. Well, I'm going to show you how to fix that. Let's go ahead and get our divisor here. So what we're going to do, we're going to set this equal to 0. So y minus 2 equals 0. Add 2 to both sides. And y equals 2. So this is going to be your little number that goes in your little right angle box here. Okay. So we're going to put 2 here. Okay. Now, let me make sure that you see that pretty well. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now, y to the fifth power. Okay, so draw our line here. Okay, now y to the fifth. This coefficient is 1. Okay, now we're missing a y to the fourth and a y to the third. So we're going to have to make, instead of just leaving them out, you got to make put zeros there. So 0, that'll be to the fourth power. 0 again for the third power. -3 is this guy. Now remember, guys, this is the coefficient of the fifth power, coefficient of the fourth power, coefficient of the third power, coefficient of the second power. Now we're missing a linear term. We're missing y to the first, so we're gonna make another 0 for the first power -20. So if the power's missing, you put a 0 in its place. You can't just leave it out because it won't work. Okay. So now, first thing you do, always do this. You're gonna bring down the first coefficient. Bring it down here. Okay. Now, do like we did last time. We're gonna take this number, multiply by this number, put the product here. So 2 times 1 is 2. Add your column. 2 times 2. Add your column. 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. All right. 2 times 4 is 8. -3 plus 8 is 5. All right. Multiply 2 times 5. Put 10 here. That will be 10. And then 2 times 10 is 20. All right. Now, notice here, guys, when I add this is 0. What this means is you have no remainder. All right. So you have no remainder. So you won't have, like we had up here, this is a remainder here. You won't have that in this one because this is a 0. Okay. So now, remember, your answer is always 1 degree less than your highest degree in your polynomial. So this is the fifth power. So it's going to be y to the fourth. That's a positive. So plus 2y cubed plus 4y squared plus 5y plus 10. And that is your answer. So notice, guys, my answer is 1 degree lower than my divisor here. And then these are the coefficients: 1y to the fourth, 2y cubed, 4y squared, 5y to the first, plus 10 is a constant, no remainder, so we do not have like a plus or minus x over 2, x minus 2. We don't have that on this one, so that would be our answer. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's get us another example here. 6. All right. Let's do another example. Example number 3. This is what we'll be doing on Monday. Monday the 28th of October. Now, let's do one. What about this? Z to the fourth minus 3z cubed plus 2z squared minus 4z plus 4. Then you have this guy right here. You have a little bit different. It's z minus 1 to the -1 power. Okay? Now, remember in math, you cannot have negative exponents. So what we do there, anytime we have a negative exponent, we put this on the bottom. What that looks like is this: z to the fourth minus 3z cubed plus 2z squared minus 4z plus 4 divided by z minus 1. Well, if you think about it, division is the same if it's under here or divided by out here. Same thing. Okay, so now this is our divider here, so we're going to set it equal to 0. So z minus 1 equals 0. Add 1 to both sides. Z equals 1. That's gonna be our little box guy here. So got put a 1 here. Now start putting our coefficients. We're not missing any power, so we ain't got to worry about putting zeros in for that. Fourth, third, second, first, constant, so we're good there. So that's going to be 1, -3, 2, -4, and 4. Okay, draw your line down here. All right, bring your first coefficient down. Okay, so now 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, -3 plus 1 is -2. 1 times -2 is -2. That's 0. 1 times 0 is 0. -4 plus 0 is -4. 1 times -4 is -4. 4 plus -4 is 0. Notice, once again, we have a 0 in the last column. We have no remainder. Okay, so now, remember your answer is going to be 1 degree less than your divisor here. So it's going to be z to the third minus 2z squared plus 0z to the first minus 4. Now, 0 times z is just 0, so that's not going to show up in your answer. Z cubed minus 2z squared minus 4. That would be your answer. All right, guys, that's just a little heads up of what we're going to be doing Monday. Hopefully, you'll maybe take a look at it just to know what's ahead. I'll see you on Monday.